Death seems to loom large amid the launch of the fifth installment in Nintendo's increasingly wide-reaching and increasingly bizarre crossover fighting game series Super Smash Bros. Yet, the cause of this increased emphasis on mortality has been rather mysterious, even as the slaying of Nintendo's mainstays has escalated to epic proportions. This begs the question, why is the Big N so set on wiping out its menagerie, and what does it have to do with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we'll be diving into the reason behind Nintendo killing all its characters.
Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Let's jump back to E3 2018 for a moment, where the world was formally introduced to Ultimate. That presentation revealed that reoccurring Metroid boss Ridley would finally be featured as a playable character this time around, conveyed by way of a trailer that showed the malicious space dragon seemingly killing Mario and Mega Man. At the time, much of the discussion was focused on the game overall, and not on unpacking the significance of iconic characters being slain. The escalation would start to become clear in August, as Simon Belmont's reveal trailer featured the now infamous murder of Luigi by the manifestation of death itself. While Nintendo made every effort to reinforce that our favorite green-clad plumber was not really dead, internet discourse nonetheless fixated on this moment and its potential implications. Compounding this, a Twitter user who goes by Noctilescent cracked the code of the blurred menu option teased during the related Nintendo Direct, indicating that the obscure text read "spirits." Given how Luigi's spirit was separated from his body, it didn't take very long for the connection to be drawn and theories to be derived. Then came the final Nintendo Direct for Ultimate. The centerpiece of the presentation was an exquisitely produced cutscene depicting the obliteration of the entire assembled cast by beams of light, save for Kirby, who narrowly avoided the same fate. This served as our official introduction to World of Light, Ultimate's version of Adventure Mode, wherein players must battle the now possessed cast of fighters in order to rescue and unlock them for future use. It was also made clear that spirits referred to this installment's equivalent of trophies and stickers. The ethereal remains of dead game characters can be collected and used to boost a given fighter's abilities.
Against the cold of the night, search your soul and reawaken the undying.
All well and good, and an interesting way to lend greater stakes to what may well be the most ambitious Smash Bros. Game to date. However, we feel that there's more at play here than simply a mechanical narrative justification for exploring a vast overworld and engaging in the expected range of eccentric fights.
We hope you're as excited as we are.
Consider for a moment that, out of the vast roster of characters showcased here, Kirby was selected as the lone survivor to kick off Adventure Mode. Remaining coy about the reason behind this, Nintendo representatives nonetheless indicated that Kirby being positioned as the starting character was a deliberate and purposeful choice. Thus, it's possible to extrapolate that Kirby is important to Ultimate, or at the very least is seen as such. This seems increasingly plausible once you add in the detail that Smash Bros. Series director Masahiro Sakurai was also the creator of the Kirby series. As the story goes, Sakurai's frustration with the growing number of Kirby sequels led to him leaving both the series and his job at HAL Laboratory. Given how the Subspace Emissary campaign mode for Super Smash Bros. Brawl felt to many like a dress-up Kirby game, though it seems reasonable to speculate Sakurai still has a personal attachment to the super tough Pink Puff. Ultimate, then, could be read as Sakurai creating a scenario in which a character he cares for leads the charge towards a grand heroic triumph. Of course, emphasis being placed on said character above all others might come off as strangely preferential treatment, creating a need to justify why this hero is so significant to the overarching plot. Thus, we come back to the slaying of almost the entire cast. The efficiency of this creative decision, the thoroughness of it appears precisely calculated to both create players' investment in the game and frame the centering of one hero above all others. It appears precisely calculated to both create player investment in the game and frame the centering of one hero above all others as a clever narrative conceit. We like these characters, so we want to see them saved from annihilation. So we're rooting for Kirby to succeed on his quest. And so we're on board to play through the campaign. That's a deviously simple way to make the buying of a commercial product into something like an emotional imperative. And it's not hard to respect Sakurai and Company's potential cleverness, if that's the story here.
Did a fading sunrise in the dark glimmer.
Nintendo being as they are, we might not truly know until months or years down the line why they made this particular call. Perhaps it really is a lot of smoke and mirrors intended to sell a game to the masses while also indulging the interests of one individual creator. Or perhaps it's just good old-fashioned escalation of stakes that comes with the territory when making sequels. Knowing Nintendo though, it'll almost certainly be fascinating to see how all this shakes out in the end.